all wrapped up into one vile noise.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to ReddX. Lots of fresh, killing cringe content on the internet. Promise, Swazzy. It's just a fact. It's totally science. Go ahead and look it up. Let me do octopus.
That is my one and only little boy. Yes, indeed, we are training the next generation of anti-beard fighters. Because you know it's going to happen. You know we're going to need them social defenses and whatnot. And who knows what's to come. But we have had a thought experiment going on in the Discord. It is called the Beard collaboration. If you'd like to join in on this collaboration, you can head on over to the Discord and check it out. But it is basically a bunch of authors of previous stories all getting together, spearheaded by A-Roxers of Bowler Beard fame. And they're basically just writing about the end of the world if it was brought about by Neckbeards. So super cool story. I'm glad to see it finally ready to be unveiled. And I do hope that this video might spur some other people to go and check it out. Maybe contribute what they can. Lots of big stuff happening on this channel lately. All the SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, ReddX podcasts going everywhere. And now we've got this BeardFit collaboration. And I am just so pleased with what this channel has become. Really, I planted the seed, but it is all of you guys that helped it grow and made it what it is. So thank you so much. It always puts a smile on my face. And I hope that these BeardFit collaborations and the narration will put a smile on yours. So without any further ado, let's get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this BeardFit cringe. The Prophecy of Beards, written by Firedrake, a Beardpocalypse story. So it begins. This is story 1. It is a time in the not-so-distant future. The world has come to be a utopia of harmony and unity, having all but forgotten about the plague of neckbeardism that nearly brought civilization to its knees. As all the people of the world join their hands in hope and celebration of this new golden era, there were other, darker things preparing for a celebration of their own. I don't think I can do this voice all episode. You see, the beards had not, in fact, been eradicated, as had been believed, but instead were driven deep into the darkest places of the world, there to fester and evolve, worshipping their hentai figurines and katanas. And worst of all, they were left to scheme. Oh yes, and scheme they did. To their cringe-inducing idols, they offered sacrifices of waifu pillows, Mountain Dew, and chicken tenders, which they called 10Ds. To the darkness, they raised their cries and prayers, and the darkness, unfortunately, answered, not wanting to be pushed back by this new golden era that was at hand. Upon my mangled lips, the words of prophecy trickled forth in tortured whispers, the foretelling of the end of days. Oh my God, it's so good! In a dream, I beheld the heavens and the earth, and the waters of the world, and the sun, and the birds of the sky, and the beasts of the earth, and the fishes of the sea did move in peace and harmony. Even the children of humanity, amidst their struggles and triumphs, looked towards the coming day of their own wills to find hope as time moved ever forward, as it does. But then, lo, I beheld the skies to darken and the seas began to boil. The earth trembled and was torn asunder, and the birds took to earth with the beasts, while the children of humanity cried out in terror. as a single stone fell from the blackened heavens, a meteor of brilliant white and ebony, laying waste to the mightiest of mountains and the widest of plains. Then, as suddenly as it had appeared, the devastation halted as the colossus ceased moving, revealing a surface of many facets, shaped in perfect proportion, and upon these facets were etched grand symbols, resembling a selection of numbers. The humans of the earth hid trembling in their homes and buildings. All of existence ceased its motion. A collective breath held in horrific anticipation. And a voice, beyond all time and space, a voice which filled the cosmos and rang unto the ends of the fates, spoke, "Behold, the roll for the fate of mankind." Wait, it rolled off the table. I think it might be over there. There it is. Killing me already. In that moment, the heavens parted, revealing a single shaft of light, which reached down from the roiling clouds to touch upon the surface of that giant object. Yes, it's that one. Fur! The voice echoed across the universe, a pulsing clarion call which faded into a profound silence. A sonic void, such as never been before. And then it came. There, upon the plain, the awestruck, gawking throngs did whisper such forebodings, the untold numbers of humanity waiting. I saw upon a hill an abomination most pale. Lumps of grease and oozing sores glistened in the red sun's glow. As it lumbered towards the battlefield, a foul mist emerged from all around, causing all before it to cough and falter. Then, from deep within its folds of fat, a gaping maw appeared, riddled with yellowed teeth and orange spittle. Its fetid breath held a mix of Dorito-saturated bile, fermented Mountain Dew, and plain old raw sewage. Suddenly, a sound issued forth from the creature, a sound of despair and longing, of contempt and condescension, all wrapped up into one vile noise. The ground trembled with growing violence as the sound of plodding, sandaled feet grew until it filled the air. Shadowed shapes appeared across the horizon, then flooded over the land like a boiling pot of thick tar. The mass shifted and swelled, as if great ropey tentacles were stretching forth across the landscape. The bubbling mass was revealed unto me as a great collection of beards. Oh my god, how is it possible that they've all joined forces? The beards we've seen before have always backstabbed each other, always! But it seems like with their day of reckoning at hand, somehow they managed to band together and create this, the Beard Army, herald of the Beardpocalypse. They lumbered forward in large, gasping strides, only to halt momentarily as their stamina waned and they needed to catch their breaths. Such a staggered assault did indeed appear as a great amoeba using its grotesque pseudopods to pull its sagging bulk across the plains. Through the pungent mist, the beardish monstrosity rolled and flailed, pushing ever closer to the repulsed and confused peoples of humankind. Oh god, it's too horrible to fathom! The prophecy can't possibly come true, can it? And then the heavens parted once more to reveal another shaft of light. This one, a hellish glow of red and orange as gouts of flaming hot Cheetos began to fall from the sky. The beards fell upon the Cheetos, gnashing and gnawing, chewing and slobbering. From within the bearded ranks, some of their number halted, their faces contorted in a mixture of horrid euphoria and torturous agony. With a cracking of bones and the sound of sizzling tendies, the creatures grew, became more, somehow, until they stood doubly tall, their pallid flesh peeled back until all that remained was sagging bits left clinging to massive, blackened bones. Monstrous trenchcoats clung to them, attempting to hide their putrescent bodies. So good. Iron trilbies rested upon their heads, burning with all the promise of misplaced chivalry and unsolicited opinions. As one, the nightmarish beasts cried in unison, "Behold form!" Then they advanced to the fore ranks to lead the assault. My God, please wake up, Fire Drake. It can't possibly be true. Again, my mind was filled with veils of fog and uncertainty, drawing me back into my tired, failing husk. I coughed and retched, the smell of the unwashed beardic swarms seeming to linger all around my deathbed. A man, no, 2 men, stood at my bedside, one clicking upon a laptop while the other offered me a draught of water to try and soothe my throat. I recounted my dream to them, my voice tremulous and cracking, while they listened to me, rapt with trepidation and, of course, disgust. I felt a hand reach out and hold my own, as the second man again offered a cool draught to soothe my throat. He squeezed my hand gently, his expression a mixture of sympathy and need. "Please, Professor, don't push yourself too hard," he spoke in a comforting tone, the red X on his face, making his gaze appear both intense and concerned. "We must continue. We must let the world know so that they might understand the dangers. Please, help us to understand." As if the words were a cue to whatever forces were possessing me, the room faded once more. I once again stood next to the battlefield, an invisible observer to the chaos that stretched out before me. The bearded hordes descended upon the ranks of humanity. The defenders pushed forward as one, readying for the impact, shields of antiperspirant and stores of water and soap poised to strike. But will it be enough? While the beards wheezed and coughed and read, a chant from the opposing forces rose above the cacophony. "Shave and shower! Shave and shower!" The clarion war cry flowed over the advancing beards, causing their quickly shambling front line to falter for just an instant. Humanity seized upon that moment to charge, a great cry of "Wash!" Ringing from horizon to horizon. The two armies collided like the meeting of hot water against old, congealed cheese sauce, tossing both beards and chads alike into the air with great force. Oh, surely there's more to the prophecy. What of the clash, Fire Drake? Tell us more. How does it end? And also, what of these people with a red X marking their faces? I'm unsure if I myself have what it takes to become the chosen one, but my son, you heard him at the beginning of the video. Quite possibly there is time for him. But now let us continue on into our second story and see maybe, perhaps, just how this beard apocalypse actually comes to pass. The Rise of B.E.A.R.D. The Rise of B.E.A.R.D. by A.R.D, a BEARDPOCALYPSE story. This is story number 2. Oh man, it's so cool to see all these authors come together. Can I just gush for a minute? I should probably save it until the end. But we got Fire Drake, who wrote out the Neckbronomicon. We got A.R.D from Bowlerbeard. In the next episode, we're going to have a little something from Ramtide. It is just so beautiful. I am so grateful to you guys. I'm having a great time with these stories. I'm trying to take it a little more serious because, it's the end of days, but goddamn, I'm just loving it. But yeah, we'll jump into story 2. I'll put my serious hat back on. Ooh. It was a typical Thursday night for me. I was alone at home in my studio apartment, doing dishes, washing laundry, and listening to music on my Amazon Alexa. Not a sponsor. It had been a boring day. I woke up, worked out, went to work, grabbed some Chinese takeout, and then came back home to eat and try to relax. Some might call my routine boring, but for me, I was perfectly content. Suddenly, my music cut out, and a weird sound that I had never heard before came from my Alexa. It was like the sound of a church bell tolling.
Greetings and salutations to all the chads and ladies of the world. My name is Beard Commander. We are a secret and elite paramilitary organization known as B.E.A.R.D. You can call us Beard. Our illustrious acronym stands for Brave, Excellent, Aesthetic, Revered, and Debonair. All traits that our members worldwide share. In short, we are the intelligence of this world, and so we shall inherit it. For too long, we've been picked on for being nerds, rejected for being odiferous, or even worse, deprived of our chosen miladies due to chads stealing them away. Well, this is no longer the case. We have combined our intellect and worked for years to come to this point. The world as you know it is ending, and it's time for Beard to rise.
The voice is suddenly cut off and is replaced by the song It's the End of the World as You Know It by REM. Also not a sponsor, but goddamn, that's a great band. That was weird. Maybe it's a preview for some new show or podcast. Seems a bit tacky for me, though. Bro, ReddX just got a podcast and then this story comes out. Are you trying to tell me something? Please. Don't shoot down my hopes and dreams. I pick up my phone to text my friends, and that's when I see news alert notifications popping up wildly. Unheard of terrorist organization calling themselves Beard have taken over media outlets worldwide. Beard operatives wearing full body armor and helmets shaped as fedoras have stormed the White House after an unknown chemical attack. Numerous volcanoes have begun erupting worldwide. Beard claims responsibility. Groups of citizens have rallied at local gaming shops and comic stores in support of Beard activities. Oh God, maybe the meek really are inheriting the earth. What the fuck? I say, to no one in particular. That's when I hear chanting coming from outside.
Tendies for the Beard God! Mountain Dew for the Beard Throne!
I can't breathe. So good. Oh crap. I forgot about the e-gaming cafe down the street. I run to the window and peek outside, grateful that I am not on the ground floor so I can have a better view. And I see what can only really be described as a riot down the street. It was hard to tell though because the air was smoky and acrid, but I could see smoke rising from different parts of the city, and the sky was an ominous-looking burnt orange color. Some might say a Cheeto color. The rioters, though, seemed to be all rather large men, some even on electric scooters, and they were all chanting something. Most were raising bags of what looked like fast food into the air during their chants. Is that entire crowd made up of neckbeards? Is there really that many in the world? Where the hell did they come from? I'd heard about them before, in rumors, and I had seen them from afar, unfortunately, but luckily, my experience with them has never really been firsthand. Seems times were changing. And you could see that the crowd's ire was directed at someone who was standing in front of the gaming cafe. A young-looking Asian man, maybe 5'6" and thin. He had his arms raised and he had a baseball bat in one hand, and it was obvious that he was trying to keep the crowd back. And that is when it happened. One of the electric scooters motored forward at full speed and slammed right into the poor man, who stumbled backwards, dropping his bat and rubbing his shins. Then another scooter came forward, and then another. Oh God, the horror! Make it stop! Soon this man was getting boxed in and rammed by multiple mobility scooters. A neckbeardian cavalry. The last I saw, the man was on the ground, while the scooters continued to just drive over him, uncaring. That's when the rest of the rioters stormed into the gaming cafe. My God, what a scene. Can what my eyes beheld truly be correct? It's like the beginning of Night of the Living Dead, where nobody wants to believe that it's real, but oh yeah, it's real. I immediately lock my door, shut my windows, draw my blinds, and turn all of the lights off. I also drag a heavy kitchen chair to help block off the front door. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that it is not good. I grab my phone and go to my bed, rocking back and forth as I try to call 911. Nothing. It's a busy signal. I try to call my parents, but it's the same thing. In fact, I can't get out at all. To anyone. Even if I try sending text messages, they just all come back as undeliverable. Surely there can't be that many calls. Maybe Beard has taken down the cell phone towers. Jesus, what to do now? I feel helpless and alone, and there is nothing that I can do but wait. I turn on the TV to see what I can learn, and it is just complete devastation. The news reports that the White House has fallen and the president has been taken hostage. Videos showing the military and police surrounding the White House, but hesitant to move in due to the hostage situation. Large helm Dora-wearing neckbeards stand at the doors and on the roof of the White House. They're wearing black body armor that is far too small for their prodigious bulk, large hairy guts hanging out beneath the armor. Black tactical pants, far too tight, resulting in tactical muffin tops. For these paramilitary goons. They also carried tower shields like you see the police use, but instead of police emblazoned across them, they had full-size anime girls on them. Waifu shields. Ain't that just like a neckbeard to try and hide behind their waifu? You're supposed to protect them, Beard, not put them into harm's way. God damn. I'm just loving this. This is the best timeline, I swear to God. Knock, knock, knock. I jump as I hear the fervent staccato of knocks against my door. I catch my breath and go to the door, peering out to see who it was. Through the peephole, I see that it's just my next-door neighbor, Matt, looking frantic as he's knocking on my door. I don't see him very often, as he's in the military and is often deployed. He does ask me to watch over his place from time to time, though. Antoinette, open up. We have to get out of here. Those weird gamer guys in 3B started screaming, and now there's smoke coming from under their door. I think they lit their fucking apartment on fire, and I can't get through to 911. And with that, the building's fire alarms started blaring their cacophonous cries. I opened the door and Matt immediately rushed in. Have you been watching the news? It's like the world has lost its mind, Matt said. I know, it's scary. I didn't expect any of this when I woke up this morning. I just wanted a relaxing day, I whined. Come on, pack something quick and let's get the hell out of here before that fire spreads. I'm gonna try the other apartments to see if I can warn anyone else. Hopefully they don't all think that this is a drill. He rolls his eyes as he leaves my apartment. As he's leaving, I can't help but check out his muscled back as he's rushing out the door to play the hero. How cliche can all this get? Damsel in distress, chiseled hero selflessly helping those in needs, and of course, imminent danger approaching. Maybe I'll get lucky and this'll all be a dream. I rush to the bedroom, grab a backpack, and start packing a couple of changes of clothes. I also dump my jewelry box in there and grab my folder of important documents. Oh, good organization, OP. I don't think I have important documents. Maybe my wife knows where they are. I figured that the rest could be replaced by insurance. I rush out my door and enter an inferno. The hall is now quite obviously on fire. Smoke is everywhere and there are people just screaming and running. The curious thing about this fire is the smell, though. It has a distinct odor to it. Not just of smoke and burning, but something else. Like crunchy BO is the only way I can describe it. You could taste armpit on the air, but it also felt as if said armpit was also charred and cracked. Barbecue pit was given a new meaning to me. Oh, geez, OP. I hope you can get out alive. I was slightly suspicious of Matt, but considering that he's a chiseled fellow, yeah, I don't think the Beards are gonna take him in. As I'm no firefighter, I joined the rest of that panicked crowd and took flight down the stairs, eventually finding my way outside to an even worse hell than I had just escaped. Do you remember that Neckbeard army that assembled down the street? Their rear echelon must have caught wind of all the activity of our burning building, and they had come
to our rescue. We're only gonna rescue the ladies, though.
There was burning hatred and rage in their eyes. They formed a bearded wall of blubber, refusing to let people escape to safety. They kept shoving people back towards the fire as they tried to escape. Some were even brandishing weapons to herd the crowd back towards the fires. Holy shit, man. The only ones that these beards were letting past were young women and girls. Called it. Who they then grabbed and passed behind to waiting beards on scooters. These women were then strapped and secured to the scooters. "Why are you doing this?" a woman cried.
We're saving the lady.
God. I don't know whether to be excited or horrified that I knew where this was going.
This fire is our retribution to all the Chads.
One blubberous fellow bellowed out. It was then that I was grabbed as well, roughly by the arm. "Hey, let go of me, you big oaf! You're hurting me!" I screamed, and I tried to hit him. It was no use, though. He had at least 200 pounds on me, and all my fighting back only caused his flesh to ripple as if I was simply punching jello. So I just started sobbing. Oh no, OP. What fate is in store? Can't be good. I was roughly manhandled onto one of the waiting scooters and placed face down when I felt ropes begin being wrapped around me. It was then that I just gave up and went limp. My mind was filled with all the terrors of what these men might want me for. Crack! Then a clatter as a 2x4 piece of wood fell onto the floor next to me. Oh my God, it's Matt! I've never been so happy to see you. The ropes were tossed off of me, and strong hands helped me up. I saw the large neck-bearded man lying on the ground, his head currently facing at a weird angle. He might be dead, but the idea, unfortunately, just doesn't seem to die. I then turned to my savior, and it was indeed Matt. Don't look at that. We have to go, and we have to go now. He looked around and shrugged his shoulders. When in Rome. He then hopped on the motorized scooter and patted the back of the seat for me to join him, which I promptly did, hugging him tightly and trying to control the tears that were still in my eyes. As we sped off down the street, we heard crashes and more screaming as the fire only grew behind us, but we didn't look back. There was no more looking back for the world. the Beardpocalypse had begun. Jesus Christ, dude. I'm so excited for this collaboration. This was like a nice mini story all in itself. Kind of had its own wrappings and whatnot, but I do hope that Antoinette will make a return. You know, we check in with her a couple of years into the Beardpocalypse and see what's going on. God, there is just so much potential for this. If you want to get in on it, like I said, the Discord, we got that Beard Fit collab channel. There's a link to a Google Doc. rSlash is in charge of all of it. You can go ahead and at her, ask all the questions you need to. This is largely the reason, probably, that we have not gotten the end of Bowler Beard and whatnot, but a worthy sacrifice, I would say. Bowler Beard can wait. I need more Beardpocalypse in my life. Not literally. If this all came to pass, I'd be fucking horrified. But I would mount the resistance movement. I only hope when that time comes, my boy is old enough to fight by my side. And I hope that all of you will as well. With all 14,000 of us, I'm pretty sure we can nip any neckbeard gatherings in the bud, drive them back into the holes from whence they came. And honestly, the ReddX army is only growing stronger, so you gotta feel at least slightly bad for these neckbeards as I smash their brains in with a 2x4. You started the fight. All I did was end it, right? God damn, there is so much more to this, and it gets me so pumped. It is like some of the best neckbeard fiction. It started with Babsy's little one-off, and yeah, now we're going down the rabbit hole, boys. I really like just how over the top it is. And I definitely hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. Of course, we will also mix, you know, them real neckbeard stories in here, but I think the Beardpocalypse is just a nice way to take a break from some of the darker, real stuff that we've been dealing with lately. It doesn't have as much of me talking in the middle of it, mostly because I don't want to break the atmosphere, but I think that's just fine. It is really, really good stuff. It stands on its own merits. But definitely let me know what you guys thought in the comments. I would definitely appreciate that. Maybe share it around. That would be so frigging wonderful, because this is the first episode of its type on this channel, and I really would like to see it doing some numbers so I don't have to worry about bringing it back on. But it's going to come back regardless. I'll tell you that right now. These authors have worked too hard on these stories for me to abandon them. I also hope you check out them links in the description. Yes, indeed, I didn't link my podcast quite yet. It's coming soon. But we got all kinds of other plugs and playlists if you're looking for a different flavor from the channel. We've also got my social medias. Yes, Twitter, Discord, Facebook. Come on through. Say hello. I would appreciate it. We've also got my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. And I'd like to thank them as I do every video. So thank you very much.
Robert Waits, Baron Von Leggy Pants, River, TSM Kirby, USMC, Aaron W, Twisted Child, Delicious Jelly Donut, Cinnamon Susie, Fatboy Shrimp, Fire Drake, Gigglebot, Latin, Libison, Mr. Anime Manga Fan, Silent Revolver, Zero MMX, Magdalene Marshall Thornrose, Captain Clown Show, Cherish Kitsune, Little Lone Wolf, Vanilla Mel, Roustower, Satori, Anunnaki, Asian Persuasion Station, Babsy, Bitch Gremlin, Caustic Fox, Commander A Tank, Dinosaur Nightlight, Disposable Waifu, Aaron, Lennox Fisher, Diggy Gypsy, Hadrian BR, Heathcliff, A Pimp Named J. Crisp, J.M. Coon, Jerry, the original Jerry, Jod Hero, Simboofla, because if you boof it is free, Miss Monday, Lexi Loves JoJo, Lord Lionel, Lori Ellis, Marble Jerry, that is yet another Jerry, Jackets Rule, Melgar the Destroyer, Mirthful Baker, Mr. Jerry, God, you see what's happening here? My boy Nat One Nick, Natari, Lady Nix, Origami Steve, Phantom of the Pines, Katie Kids Elizabeth, Sidestep, Puggy, Rosemary Miller, Cider Drinker, Serrated Ass, Siegfried Staples, Yeet, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tamago, Tapioca Boogaloo, Tato Fair, Teddy the Police, That's a Bug, The One True Fusky, Treeberg, Wilmags, yet another different Jerry! Zero Blacktail, Kira M, Kitsykin, Redwing, Goose Hawk, Naga Viper, Saints Blessing, John Endors, Adorable Joe, Amara, A-Roxers, Spanish Knights, Babushkas, Radiated Jam, Cake Jerry, the original different Jerry. Tastes great, less filling. California Keto Girl, Chris Mesca, Cinnamon Bunny Dog, Defon, Ghost of Alpha, KJW, Kajow, Crafty Kitty Cat, Life of a Guardian, Little Ann Woods, Mark 211, maybe next time, Milkfed Gimp, Miss Duchess, Organic Cam, Princess Rosalie, Ghosty, Ryga, Raptorette, Spoonie the Rogue, Steampunk Ellie, The Last Shinobi, The Necrobomicon, and Token Black Kid.
Hot damn, you guys, killing it with the Patreon. I don't know what to say aside from thank you. Thank you so very much. End of the month is officially here, and this Patreon thing has exploded over the past few months. I don't know what else to say, but again, thank you. Whew. I do hope some other people will consider joining up on the Patreon, because that would be pretty cool. But if you can't do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope you come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands. But always take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy. Today, Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos, because we need to mount the resistance. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, bye-bye.